79-68, your final score here at Madison Square Garden. The Marquette Golden Eagles over the Providence Friars. And now I'm here with Kris Carrino for WFUV Sports. I'm Kris Pursiainen saying the stage is set for the Big East Tournament Final. It'll be the number 1 seed, the UConn Huskies, against the number 3 seed, the Marquette Golden Eagles. Now, the interesting wrinkle here is that Marquette has been without Tyler Kolek this entire tournament, and it has not seemed to matter. You've got Cam Jones stepping up, 23 points tonight on 9 of 17 shooting. Oso Ighodaro, 20 points on 7 of 17 shooting. Those two went crazy, but maybe the best individual performance belongs to Devin Carter. 7 first-half points, 20 second-half points for a total of 27 on 7 for 14 shooting. And I should add that he had 8 rebounds and 3 assists as well. Kris, your takeaways from this game between Marquette and Providence?
Yeah, I said it at halftime. I thought this Providence team would go on a run at some point in the second half, and they needed Devin Carter to produce on the offensive end in order to do that. A certain stretch, I would say probably the middle to latter half of this second half is when Devin Carter really turned it on, and he kind of led. He was the engine that was this Providence comeback. He had this entire arena absolutely buzzing. Friars Nation was on their feet, and here in mass numbers as well. It was loud in this building down the stretch. And just a fantastic game overall. Shaka Smart felt like he was losing the plot a little bit around the 7 or 8 minute mark. Their offense really not producing too much, but it was a sign of his team and the character of his team. They were able to stay in there, fight the battle, and come out victorious. And from what we've seen from these two teams, Marquette and UConn today, tomorrow is going to be an absolute classic.
Well, Cam Jones told reporters last night after defeating Creighton that there's no one that can step into Tyler Kolek's role on Marquette. Everyone just needs to be that much better at filling in their own role. And you take a look at games like David Joplin's tonight, 12 points, 3 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 from downtown. That's someone who played like a star in their role. Also, Stevie Mitchell, 10 points, 5 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, and even an assist. That's someone playing like a star in their role. So for Shaka Smart's Marquette Golden Eagles, again, without Tyler Kolek this week, this might be the best week's worth of coaching that Shaka Smart has done for Marquette, which is saying a lot given the caliber of program builder and program leader that he is. But speaking of program builders and leaders, Danny Hurley and the UConn Huskies are more than ready for tomorrow's matchup. They're the number 1 seed, the reigning champions, and they've got guys. They're reminiscent of that 2018 Villanova team where they don't have a hole on paper. You need to let the game play out, find one, and attack it, or else you've got no chance. Kris, your prediction for tomorrow's final?
You know, this Marquette team has impressed me a ton over the last 2 days. Obviously, we talked about at halftime. They played here late last night, past midnight. They were still playing with Villanova in overtime after the fireworks that were that game. And now they come in here tonight. In the first half, didn't look like they had played in 2 weeks. They were as fresh as can be, no fatigue whatsoever. And in the second half, maybe a little more fatigue, but that's understandable looking at the schedule they've had over the last couple days. Between that and their injury trouble, they've done a fantastic job over the last couple days of overcoming some of the problems they've had. And the great teams do what they've been doing. They have guys step up, guys like Joplin, guys like Jones. These are guys that championship teams have that can step up when guys aren't there and when guys are unavailable. And with all that said, I still think UConn by 20 tomorrow.
And it wouldn't surprise me because of the extent of their dominance. But for tonight, it was Cam Jones leading Marquette in points and in assists with 23 and 5 respectively. Devin Carter the game high, but too little too late for Providence. Even 20 second half points from Carter not being enough is ridiculous. But that goes to show the kind of team Marquette is, even without maybe the best player in this whole conference. We'll have you covered at tomorrow's final right here on WFUV Sports. For Kris Carrino, I'm Kris Pursiainen signing off from the world's most famous arena.